Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Phantom.Strategies. So in this video, I want to talk about Civic. All right, CVC. That's the ticker. So I have been following Civic for a while now, and it's looking pretty nice as far as the consolidation going right now, and a potential breakout that's coming up soon in Civic. If we get some volume in the equation, we definitely need some volume in the equation in order to have this breakout in Civic. All right, I already talked about this Civic, by the way, to my email subscribers. So I just want to give them an early opportunity to kind of get in and out of the trade with all the entry points, stop loss, and the targets for this particular trade. Before we get into this coin, I just want to make a disclaimer to the community because since I started offering the portfolio analysis and the email subscription service, I'm getting a lot of interest in those services, and I see there is a lack of education in like this young crypto community, because like there is people usually buy things from someone, like they have heard it, or some YouTuber who's trying to pump up the coin, or someone who's just like, you know, getting like, you know, just advertising that coin, or like whatever it is, okay? And they just lack the understanding of like when to get in and when to get out, when to book the profit, when to like stay away from it. So I mean, I don't blame, you know, the investors who are coming in, because most of the investors, like the 90% of the investors who are coming into this crypto market, have never invested in their life, and it's a very dynamic, changing times. The stock market of, like, you know, 80s and 90s, when your parents probably, like, you know, started trading, now a lot of the young crowd that is coming into the market, they are not getting attracted in stock market, but they are more attracted toward the cryptocurrency. And in my opinion, that is what is going to have a huge wave up, or next leg up in the crypto market, if there are, like, the regulations are in favor of the crypto market and overall positive environment, the crypto market. All right, so I think there's a huge wave. But before I wanted to make this disclaimer, because, you know, everything that I say on this channel, everything I write, the comments, whatever I'm saying to the users, writing back to them, email communications, anything that I'm, like, you know, portfolio analysis, email subscriptions, that is all for education purpose only. It's not an endorsement of any coin or any trade setup. All right, past performance does not indicate or guarantee future success. Every trade that you make has a risk associated with it. Okay, please keep that in mind. Every trade that you make has a risk associated with it. And as a portfolio owner, you are the portfolio owner, okay? I'm not the portfolio owner. You are the portfolio owner. As a portfolio owner, you are solely responsible for pulling the triggers after knowing all the risk. And you are solely responsible for your, you know, your gains and your losses, okay? So I want to make this disclaimer. I want to be very upfront. I'm not one of those guys who is going to be, you know, behind bushes and, like, you know, will try to, like, you know, sell you something, or try to, like, give you some whatever, like, stupid things or BS or whatever it is. I want to be very upfront. I want to make sure that you understand the risk, okay? Don't come here and think that you have found a holy grail. I'm not the holy grail, okay? I will be the first one to tell you that. I have been wrong plenty of time in my life, and one thing I will be wrong again. There is no such thing as perfect trader or perfect trade, okay? There are plenty of times that I have been wrong in my life. There are plenty of times that I will be wrong in my life again, okay? but the key is to make sure that our winnings are higher than our losses. Okay, so that's the main thing. We want to minimize our losses and maximize our profit. That's the key. Okay, so please keep that in mind. I want to be very upfront about it. I want to be very blunt about it. So if you are coming to this channel, if you're becoming a part of Phantom community, you know the risk about it, you know the trade about when you're taking this trade, because everything that is associated with it has some risk. Okay, so please keep that in mind. That being all said, okay, so let's talk about Civic. I just wanted to get this out because I hate the fact that someone gets into a trade because and they will feel like I told you, I made that call on them, but please make sure there are risks associated with it. So that's why I want to make sure, and I would not be able to sleep at night if someone come to me and say like, hey, you made a bad call, or you told me to do this and now I lost money. No, I'm not here to do that. I have plenty of things in my life that I can be doing right now instead of making this video. So I hope I'm making myself clear on that. So Civic right now, I think it's a nice setup coming up. We had a nice spike up from the bottom, the bottom was right around 23 cents. We spiked all the way to around 59 cents on that first leg up, and then we have been consolidating in this this pattern in this about 40 to 50 cents zone. And I'm feeling like there is a potential breakout. There's a ascending triangle that I'm seeing in the 4-hour chart that might be coming to a breakout. So a couple of things. The positive things that I'm seeing is there's pinch coming up. We're coming right at the apex, so there's a potential breakout coming soon. What I'm not liking in this last couple of hours is all this whisk on the upper side, that the price action is trying to go up around 40 cents, but it's getting sold back and coming back to the support line. So that's what I'm not liking. I'm not seeing the volume pick up yet, but this kind of coins, you have to manage your stops. You have to do a better job of managing your stops. So please make sure, even if you get out of this trade because you're managing your stop losses. So if you you want to get into this trade knowing that you have about 13% of downside risk, but the upside potential is about 80%. So you want to know those kind of things, and I will get into those details with my subscribers, making sure they understand all those things. But you have to be very mindful. You cannot be just go into a trade without not putting stop losses. I mean, you might get out of the trade and your stop losses might trigger on this one, which is okay. So I want to make this thing very clear. Another point that I want to make it don't get bothered by missing out on some trade. There will be plenty of time in your trading or investing career where you miss out on trades, miss out on opportunities. I lost count of how many opportunities that I have missed out on, how many trades that I think that was great but I missed out. But what you have to do is you really have to change your mindset in that in the way that you are the number one priority is to protect your portfolio. That's the number one priority. If your portfolio, let's say if you have $50,000 portfolio, but if your portfolio is down $20,000, you have done something wrong in that portfolio management that is triggering that $20,000 loss in your portfolio. And we want to take, because now you are, even if you get into a good trade, you are making up for the losses of that 20,000 now. I hope I'm making those points clear. So that's why I'm saying don't get into the fear of missing out. Don't get into the FOMO, where you think, you know, this trade, I have to get into this trade, I have to get into this trade, this is the only trade that is going to make me a millionaire, I'm going to be like retire after this trade. Life is not that easy. I'm sorry to break it to you, life is not that easy. If it was that easy, everybody would have been retired by now. Everybody would have been like out of the will be in Caribbean or somewhere, like, you know, just sipping on some tropical drinks. But it's not that easy. You know, you have to trade on probabilities. That's the key. You have to trade on probabilities. You cannot be naive and like expect that everything gonna go up and, you know, it's gonna go to the moon. Those kind of thinking will get you in trouble. Trust me. I have seen it time and time again. You might get lucky once, you might get lucky twice, but when you get when that market grabs you by, you know what, it will make you scream. So please keep that in mind. So you don't want the market to grab you by your you know what. Because it will make you scream. So keep those things in mind. I hope I try to be a little bit like, you know, I'm very blunt about it, because I want my viewers to be, you know, successful in their like trade setup. I want to make sure they're getting a true value out of this, like coming to this channel and, you know, knowing what to expect, and the main thing is having realistic expectations. Because one thing I am realizing quickly in crypto community is the expectations are some outrageous expectation. I see some videos of YouTubers making Tron going to like, you know, $10 by year end. You know, the XYZ is gonna be like a $20 coin. I mean, come on, please, and I'm seeing like 20,000, 30,000 views on those videos. And it's like, please, it's not realistic. It's not realistic. Those kind of things will get you in trouble. Every coin that we're looking at here, it's not like they have price to earning. They are not. How do I say this? Okay, so, you know, in stock market, the way you find the value of a coin is based on the PE ratios, right? Price to earning on the coins, their like quarterly report. Those are the things that you look for to find the value of a stock or a equity in a stock market. Like, you know, for Amazon, for Apple, for Google, the investor look at those price to earning, their quarterly report. Now, how do you find the quarterly reports on this on Ethereum, Bitcoin? There is no such thing on these things. So what that makes you have to heavily rely on technical analysis. That's why you have to extremely heavily rely on technical analysis. Combine that with the global trend, combine them with the fundamentals of the coin. You have to, like, you know, make that, you know, you have to nurture those things, you know, because it's not just a one thing. It's not just all about fundamentals of the coin. It's not all about the technicals of the coin. A lot of people get stuck with those things. A lot of people get just stuck with the technicals. A lot of people just get stuck with the fundamentals. The real thing comes to light when you actually, you know, combine those things, look at the bigger picture, analyze it from like an experienced eyes. You know, that's where the real value comes in. So that's what I'm trying to give it to my viewers, to my subscribers, to make sure, like, you know, they are seeing a different picture and they are understanding these things and like learning from it. Because there is no such thing as, like, you know, how can you determine the value of this coin? You know, it's like there is no like P ratio. I mean, you don't work for a Civic. You don't know, like, you know, the teams, there are like some people on their website, but you will never be able to find out what exactly is going on unless it's out in the news. But what you see in the chart pattern, that the charts, they don't lie. Volume, they don't lie, because that's where people are putting their money where their mouth is. Whatever they talk about in media or news, if there's not, you know, reflecting in the volume, then they're not putting their money where their mouth is. So please keep that in mind, okay? So coming back to Civic, I'm sorry, I've been like, I'm replying to so many emails and I want to like get so many things out. And I think this is the best way I can get it out. So my apologies for like, taking so much time on like, talking about what I have in my mind, and I hope you're learning something. So I hope like really this is providing you some value, and you're taking notes on these things. All right. So in short term, for Civic, I think there's a resistance right around like 50 cents mark. If we can get out of the resistance zone, I can easily see Civic go to 60 cents, and that will be the first target, and the second target will be 74 cents, and the third target will be at 87 cents. At 87 cents, we have 80% profit on that. If we hit that third target, the risk to reward ratio on this one is around 5.89. Stop losses is around 13%. So negative 13% would be the max you can lose on this trade. What I would recommend, once you get into the trade and the trade is moving in your favor, start moving those stop losses up, because you want to make sure you minimize your downside risk. So once you enter those trade, start moving those stop losses up in your favor. Even if you get out of the trade, that's fine. You can always get back in at a higher level, and that will make sure that you are controlling, you're managing your losses. You're not letting your losses go down to 40 cents, because if once that do, it will be hard to get out of those things. That's why I'm a very like a big advocate of like managing like the doing the like risk management. Just making sure like we limit our downside and like let our like have a high upside potential. Okay, let's look at the bigger time frame. This was a 4-hour chart. So I'm seeing this nice base that is getting built up right now in Civic. There's a very nice on the daily. It's looking very like nice. I love this thing. This is like, I just need some volume. I just give me some volume in Civic, and that will go toward that 60 cents mark in a heartbeat. So once we get some volume, I can definitely see Civic going toward that 60 cent mark. There's a good team behind Civic. There's a very good solid team behind Civic as well. So I'm very much liking this coin for a long term as well. I think there is a lot of like security security like agencies that might be using this coin. Government agency, state and local, it's like it's an authentication type of service that they're providing, all in one type of authentication service. So if you want to look more about the fundamentals, you can go to their website, on Civic website, and read more about it. But it's a good project and a good team behind it as well. So that's pretty much it, guys, on Civic. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick. So I talked about Bitcoin reaching 11,000 in the previous videos. First we made a call about 10,000, and now and like a few days ago I made a call about 11,000. We have nicely have reached that 11,000 mark. What I'm seeing in Bitcoin right now is we're getting a little bit extended. I would be locking in some profits here just to be for a short term. The reason I like to do that is like, one thing I want to recap this thing again. Please don't get like feel like that you're leaving too much on the table when you're taking the profit at your target level. Get into those habits. Get into those habits of taking profit at your target level, because those habits will become your second nature. And when the true need to take those profit comes in your second, third, fourth, fifth trade, and you don't take it, and you're like, oh no, let it run, I want to see how it goes, then you will regret it. So put a stop loss on it. Put a stop loss like right under maybe 1100 and let it run. That might be a best thing to do. So if you're already in Bitcoin and or other altcoin, maybe put a stop losses right here at 11,000 level. And if they're going up, then start moving your stop losses up, because that's how you want to keep on trading on those. Alright, so I hope this is helpful. I hope you learned something today. If you think this content is helping you, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to if you want to do the portfolio, if you want me to do your portfolio analysis, then just shoot me an email. There is an email in the video description, Phantom.Strategies @gmail.com. And if you want to have the subscription, shoot me an email as well. I'm taking just limited number of people at this point. I don't want to get like, you know, stressed out. The one thing I really want to avoid is like getting pulled in like, you know, a very different direction, because I do everything on my own. I do all my research. I do all my, you know, analysis all my own. So I want to have enough time for myself to do all those things that I have been doing, and I also want to give a good value to the, you know, the first subscribers and first viewers who are coming to my way. So I want to give them like, you know, my attention and good value to them. At the same time, I want to give like, you know, more attention like, you know, to the new communities that's coming to the crypto. So it's just managing the time, you know, and obviously I have a young family, so I want to manage my time with my family as well. Last couple of days been pretty, I have been putting a lot of hours because a lot of people have reached out, and I don't want to like turn them back. I want to make sure they're getting the right support. So yeah, so I definitely need some time to catch up, and I'm trying to put a new system, hopefully, so I can better manage these things. So it's coming, but I until I do that, I will like help out like, you know, the subscribers by the email. And I will make sure that you're getting all this breakout, because this is a very dynamic market, and I don't want to miss out I don't want to miss out even like, you know, 24 hours of this dynamic market, because this 24 hours it could be like, you know, 30-40% of your returns, and I don't want to take that away from you if you're coming to me. And that's why I'm not going to wait for my website to you know, come up. I'm not going to wait for my, you know, the Patreon page to come up. I want to give those values to you right away. So I hope you're appreciating it. I hope you're learning from it, and yeah, best of luck to you, everyone. And one thing I want to say, like, I've been seeing a lot of like, you know, this someone is like uploading my videos on YouTube, like this exact same videos. Like, I don't know who's Cryptocurrency News. This guy is uploading exact video that I have, and one of the viewer that brought it up to me, and thank you for bringing it up to me. This is the second time I'm finding about it. So this is I don't know what to say. Like, you know, so someone is just copying exact same video that I have, like, you know, just downloading my word, my thing, and just posting on channel. It's kind of stupid, but it's I mean, what are you gonna do? It's like, I'm gonna report to YouTube. This is the second time I have to do this. It's like, it's so stupid. Why would you do that? I mean, it's just stupid. All right. So if you find something like that, please let me know, and I will make sure I report that. I don't want the people who are just genuinely need help are getting turned away, or like, you know, going to some like like, I don't know who is this person, or what is he doing. So let me know about it. Okay. All right. So that's all, guys. Please post a comment if you have any questions. Send me an email if you have any question or any concern about the you know, any services question or anything else that you want to ask me. All right. So talk to you soon. Bye.